Valley State Assembly member Eduardo Garcia announced today he will be seeking re-election in the State Assembly, ending months of speculation of a possible congressional run in the newly drawn Eastern Coachella Valley District. I spoke in depth with Garcia today about his decision and the issues that matter most to him. Eduardo, as you know, there was a lot of speculation about whether or not you would run for Congress. And even up until this morning, I didn't even get an answer from your own team. So why have you now decided not to run for Congress, but instead to run for State Assembly?
Well, look, our decision was made a bit ago, and we focused it on one thing. And I mentioned this before. Where can we provide the most effective leadership to deliver for the region that we care so much about? And it's a very easy response, the California State Assembly. We've been leading on a number of different statewide issues that have turned into some amazing investment opportunities for our region and for our constituents. So when the decision came to where will we be most effective, it's clear to us and to many people who we represent that it's in the California State Assembly.
Do you still aspire to seek higher office at some point?
Look, I think that's something that the voters would ultimately come to us again as they did this go around. Many people in Imperial County, the Palo Verde communities, and even the Eastern Coachella Valley, many those in elected leadership and Democratic activists really wanted us to seriously explore the possibility of running for this new congressional district, which is the 25th district. They were also hoping that the congressman, our great friend, would consider running for the 41st district, giving him that level of confidence and boost so that both of us could potentially be in Washington, D.C. advocating for this region. That was an ideal scenario, an ideal opportunity for two individuals from the great communities of Coachella and the Coachella Valley to be a strong voice and play a strong leadership role in a very critical time, not only in our nation's capital, but also here in our state capital.
You're obviously mentioning Raul Ruiz. Have you spoken to him?
You know, it's been some time. I know he's been really busy, but if there's a message to be sent to him is that he can sleep good at night today, knowing that we will be standing united as Democrats and supporting his effort to be elected. At the end of the day, you know, we have a job to do, and that is to unify our region in a time in which there is a lot of divisiveness across the country, even in our state, and certainly amongst Democrats. We've seen local Democrats from the West Valley and the East Valley beating each other up over things like building hotels and restaurants and bungalows at the community college conversation. We need to come together as Democrats in our region. We need to do the best that we can to be the strongest voice that we can for the people that we represent. Looking forward to continuing our work and our friendship with the congressman. But again, he can sleep good at night tonight knowing that Democrats will be united and making sure that we can elect Democrats to the elected office.
And since you are seeking re-election in the State Assembly, what are some of the key issues here in the Coachella Valley? And if re-elected, how do you plan to address those issues?
Look, our agenda continues to be focusing on improving the quality of life through investments in economic development. The renewable energy sector seems to be high on the list of the governor. The President of the United States 2 weeks ago talked about lithium recovery and the economic diversity and the national security issue that it really becomes when talking about the domestic production of lithium minerals for purposes of achieving our renewable energy goals and our electric vehicle transportation goals. So that'll be at the top of our list, and that's something that we've been spearheading since the arrival to the California legislature. We're going to continue to secure money for homelessness and housing, which we've done in the last few years. Hundreds of millions of dollars have come to the district as a result of our collaborative leadership. And we've got a great relationship with the governor. We got an opportunity to speak to him and his team as we were deliberating the possibility of going on to higher office. And it was very clear to them, as it was to me, that there's much work to be done still here in California. We're going to continue to advocate for the people that need us to be a loud voice for them and ultimately continue to deliver on the investments and good public policy that is reflective of the community that we represent. I'm excited to stay the course and continue the work that we've been doing.
Obviously, right now, a lot of people are talking about gas prices and how high prices are here in California. What do you think needs to be done to help lower those prices? And what are you doing to help with that?
Well, look, the governor is looking at proposals that the California legislative body is putting forward He's looking at giving people back money, given the financial circumstances of the state are looking up. I support that idea. Clearly, the cost of gas have a lot of other factors that we have to consider. What's happening overseas, what's happening with the Russian-Ukrainian circumstance. And look, the reason why we talk a lot about our dependency on oil that needs to start a faster transition and moving into a cleaner, greener economy is for the same reasons. If we can get to a place where we have a sustainable source of minerals like lithium, and we can put the programs and incentives in place, it would be ideal for a working family, a farm worker, a person that works in the hospitality industry to be able to afford an electric vehicle and ultimately contribute to a better environment, but also no longer be dependent on foreign oil. Foreign oil has cost a lot of lives as it relates to our U.S. military and the fights that we've been in. That is part of the agenda when we're talking about going green and making that transition overall. But so for us, that is one of the things that we're looking at. The governor is in full support of putting money back in Californians' pockets, and I am in full support of that.
Anything else you would like to say, Eduardo, before we let you go?
Well, just excited to continue working in the California State Legislature with the green light of the voters of our district. Looking forward to continuing to move an agenda that represents and reflects the people of the Coachella Valley and Imperial County. Thank you so much for the opportunity to make this announcement today.
All right, Eduardo, we appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.